It's Masters Week, and while the golf season may have started in the Middle East 3 months ago, this is when it truly comes alive. Augusta National, the flowers, the azaleas, springtime, the pines and the dogwoods, and the most hallowed golf tournament on the planet, and I would say probably the most prestigious as well. Delighted to be joined, as ever, by the Director of Instruction at the Butch Harmon School of Golf, Justin Parsons. We're going to talk for the next 10 minutes or so about all things Masters, all the contenders, how the course is going to play, who might be a factor come Sunday. So Justin, let's just kick things off with really an acknowledgement that while we've got one guy going for 3 majors in a row and the career Grand Slam by the age of 25, the news agenda, certainly in the preamble to the action getting underway on Thursday, is dominated by the world number 104. Why on earth would that be?
Well, I think it's a testament to what Tiger Woods has done as a player and all of the things that we've seen him do at Augusta National. You know, I guess, the reputation that he has and the legacy that he's built, he's under pressure. I'm sure his own type of pressure to turn up and to play in the tournament. You know, from what we've seen, it's a big gamble for him. I think he's probably, I'd be more surprised if he made the cut than if he missed the cut. I think he'll struggle to shoot 144 at Augusta. I think it's difficult for him with the short game the way it is and things not really going his way in the early part of this season. So, you know, it's great to see him back. It's great to see him playing. It's another story, but it's perhaps one that we shouldn't focus too much on.
Yeah, 47 holes he's played in 2015 so far. A withdrawal at the Farmers Insurance at Torrey Pines, an event he's won so many times before, don't forget, and obviously that disastrous round of 82 at the Waste Management in Phoenix. JP, he is the big story because it's an audacious, outlandish comeback in a way, isn't it? I mean, the fact that, you know, he's contended the Masters so many times in the past. He hasn't won it for 10 years, but he's had 6 top 5 finishes, I believe, in the last 9 years or so. Can he somehow find a game that will get him round Augusta? He knows it so well. Arguably, probably the guy that knows it maybe the best in the field. Can he somehow manufacture something to make the cut or contend?
Well, I'm proud to say I can speak from experience, having been there last year, and unfortunately it's just not a golf course that you can go out with anything other than your best game, and there are times on the golf course that you just have to be able to hit the right types of shots. I mean, those can be pitch shots, those can be iron shots into the greens, putting. You really can't find a way just to explain the intricacies of it and how difficult it is, you know, not only from tee to green but around the greens. And with Tiger really around the greens struggling more than we've ever seen him struggle, and you know those struggles really have been going on really since 2012, 2013. You know, I see it as a big achievement for him to make the cut.
Yeah, it's not somewhere that you'd want to have the yips, that's for sure, if he has indeed got them. Certainly a lot of guys in the golf industry believe he has. But speaking of Tiger, and obviously speaking of the prohibitive favourite going into the tournament, Rory McIlroy, the world number 1, Tiger Woods was the last guy to complete the career Grand Slam at the age of 25. He did that in the 2000 Open at St Andrews, winning by 8 shots. And really that was the time when I guess you could call Tiger was in his prime. Now Rory has the opportunity to follow in his footsteps, to win all 4 majors by the age of 25. And not only win all 4 majors, but to win his 3rd major in a row. That hasn't been done since, of course, Woods did it in 2000 and Ben Hogan won 3 professional majors in a row in 1953. I mean, that just sums up quite what a task Rory McIlroy has on his hands, doesn't it?
Yeah, Rory has a big task on his hands, and Rory has, developed these very broad shoulders to be able to handle these tasks. And I think one of the things that we've really noticed about him here at the golf school where he spends some time is that he's not afraid of being a winner anymore. He's not afraid of, really taking the bull by the horns and admitting that, okay, I've been given this great talent and I've been given this great opportunity, and now I'm really taking it with both hands. And he's so committed to his work in the gym. He's so committed to his work on the golf course. I've certainly seen a different side to Rory McIlroy. I really like Jamie Diaz's article in this month's Golf Digest that really outlined the things that he's done to change a little bit. He can't give everything to everybody as he used to, and he's a little bit more single-minded as he has to be a great champion. And there's no question that he will win the Masters. Robbie's editor letter suggested maybe it wasn't going to be this year, But, you've got to think that, he's made some strategic changes to some of the ways that he plots his way around golf courses. We've seen him win ugly at the USPGA. And I think that if he can certainly increase his chance to perform better on the par fives at Augusta, and he's had one bad round the last 3 years he's been there, you've got to think that Rory, at worst, he's got a really good chance.
Yeah, I mean, the two big question marks for me were his form in the build-up. I didn't think he played particularly well in the Florida swing by his own high standards. Obviously, he didn't do too badly, but I think he really wanted a win in the States going into Augusta, and he didn't get one. Hasn't won since the Dubai Desert Classic. And then you have to look at his form at Augusta as well. A best finish of tied 8th, that was last year. The year he contended in 2011, when he really should have perhaps won the Masters, when he led by 4 going into the final round. He shot that disastrous round of 80 and ended up finishing in a tie for 15th. So Rory McIlroy, if you look at his birdie percentage, I think it's somewhere around 36.5% of birdies on the par 5s. Traditionally, winners would birdie 51% of the par 5s. So, Rory's got to find 17% from somewhere. Why, in your mind, has he struggled on the par 5s, bearing in mind he's a player who seems so tailor-made for those long holes, and what might he do differently to try and rectify that?
Well, statistically, one of the things that I think he's looked at is that his proximity to the hole is the best in the world from 200 to 250 yards. So when he's going in there with those long irons and maybe fairway woods into par 5s, he is unquestionably the best in the world. But his proximity to the hole from those distances is still enough that it's going to suit his strategy to hit the golf ball into the middle of the green, whereby he will walk away 75-80% of the time with a birdie. I think what Rory has done in the past is he's looked at these shots from 225 and 230 where he is amazing at them, and he's gone for the flag. And even as good as he is, he's still therefore going to short side himself and maybe walk away with pars or perhaps even bogeys in situations he shouldn't do.